everyone, today I'm interrupting our regularly scheduled program, which is a Dragon Quest video for Dragon Quest X Let's Play, because I want to talk to you all about Uncharted 4. Sony sent us a review copy on Monday, and the review is out. If you go ahead and check out projectcoe.com, you can see our written review. The video review will be live on YouTube on May 9th at, I forget what time it is. I think it's like 10 in the morning, something like that. Anyways, whatever. It's going to be on May 9th. You'll see it. It'll pop up for all the subscribers. It'll pop up in your videos to watch. So, since I can't show gameplay footage, see, that's the way this works. So we have two embargoes here. One embargo is basically your impressions and things like that, or the review, the written review, which is today, right now, as you're watching it. It's up, again, projectcoe.com. I'll have a link to the review in the description. Plus, there's the audio-visual embargo, and that's like live streaming, the whole thing. You're not allowed to do that until the 9th. So that's why the proper video review won't be posted until the 9th, okay? So this is basically my initial thoughts. Even though I finished the game, it's sort of a review in and of itself, except that I'm going to have the proper review on the 9th. So basically, I don't want to talk about the story. You all know the story. It features Nathan Drake's brother Sam. There's a lot more to it than just that. You're basically trying to find the long lost treasure of Henry Avery, which was a famous pirate, and that's that. And the story evolves from there. Now, what I loved about the story is that it sort of takes elements from Nathan's past and his future, and it's sort of this all-encompassing storyline. It's amazing. The game is broken up into 22 chapters plus an epilogue, and it is my favorite Uncharted game to date. It's an incredible game, and it really is the final Uncharted game. They have made it as such. It wraps up the previous trilogy and this game. It wraps up the whole thing. And it comes together in just a brilliant package. I can't stress this enough. Even if you aren't too big of a fan of the Uncharted gameplay, I highly recommend purchasing this game, if nothing else, just to see how stories of video games can really affect you, because believe me, it will. It's incredible. It's just an incredible video game. So I took some notes down here. I wanted to mention a little bit about the gameplay. So the gameplay structure is more or less the same as it's always been, right? So you'll do these exploration elements that you can find secret treasures, things like that. You can also stumble onto a puzzle, and the puzzles, they're not overly complicated in this one. There was one or two where I was like, what the hell do I have to do? But for the most part, it's not that bad at all. Then there's obviously the combat and the action platforming sections. And these are the most refined they've ever been in an Uncharted game before. They truly are. This is the best Uncharted game. It just feels so natural, going pa pa pa, taking off, picking off a few guys in one corner and then swinging over to the next corner. Speaking of swinging, the grappling hook is just awesome. Being able to go from one cover to another cover, and you're going to have to do that a lot in this game because the cover is basically destructible. So there's almost no cover that will last forever. There are certain ones, but not many. I mentioned the grappling hook. That's also used a lot in exploration this time around. So it gives a lot of the world much more vertical feeling than ever before. I also liked how in the environment it seems much more natural, the way Nathan will like grab on and pull himself up to the next areas. Before, it was much more like, obvious. They would glow like the little edges and you'd be like, oh, okay, duh, I gotta go there. This time, not so much, and I really like that because it seems much more believable, even though, how convenient this is the area. They also don't tackle too much on the fact that Nathan and company are slaughtering, like hundreds of thousands of mercenaries. But I'm okay with that considering everything else that's happening in the game, because they do tackle the theme more or less. Stealth is a huge part, a huge part of this game. It doesn't need to be, but if you use stealth correctly, it can have a huge impact on how you proceed or progress. So, for example, now there's like tall grass. You can hide in the tall grass, just like do a stealth takedown, pull the guy into the grass so that the other guys don't see you. There's little icons that will appear when there's like noise or something like that. They'll go, huh, like what was that? And they'll go and investigate. Now, this isn't Metal Gear Solid, so there isn't like, you don't have the ability to make noise to draw people to your attention. That's probably the only missed opportunity I can see with this sort of stealth mechanics, because there's so many elements to stealth now. You can also do vertical takedowns, which are just awesome, where you'd be running and like stealth-wise, and you jump down and bam, knock a guy out. I absolutely love that. Also, The Last of Us. A lot of elements from The Last of Us in here. You can target or basically highlight key enemies in the environment. So like, let's say you're far off and you're playing on crushing or hard, and you really want to know where enemies are. You can mark all the different enemies so that while you're in cover, you can say like, okay, well, I know there's 3 there, there's 3 there, and there's 6 there. I got to really be careful how I'm going to do this strategically. I really enjoyed that. Also, other things from The Last of Us. There's now those little communication identifiers will pop up. You know, like where you would have Ellie would just be like, say, she would just be sitting there looking at something, and Joel could just go to her, press the triangle button, and she would say something. Well, same idea here. So since you play as Nathan, let's say Sam was looking off at the distance or whatever, and you'd see the little triangle prompt. You can press that and it'll further the conversation. I like that. Speaking of conversations, you have branching conversations. They don't really change the narrative too much, but they do allow you to sort of say like, okay, I want to talk more about this one subject, and you can keep going with the conversation like that. I like that. There's also other elements from The Last of Us include the walking section. So basically it's where all the action slows down, typically in areas like where you'll have lots of homes or things like that, and it's just an excuse for you to really take in the sights and talk to the NPC or NPCs that are following you. I loved it. I thought it was fantastic. Overall, audio-visual presentation is absolutely sensational. I mean, it's one of the nicest looking games of the generation, and nicest looking game on PlayStation 3 bar none. I mean, it's amazing. Sound effects, music, all top notch. It's exactly what you'd expect. Dialogue, spoken, is amazing. Just amazing. These voice actors are incredible. I was blown away with the first Uncharted, and it's just gotten progressively better as the series has aged. And finally, it's the nostalgia. And this is what does it. This isn't an old series by any stretch of the imagination. This isn't Mario or Zelda or Metroid. This is a series that was introduced during the PlayStation 3 generation. So it's not that old. Yet they're able to conjure up all of these feelings of nostalgia you have for the characters, for the settings, for everything. And they do it within the first 3 chapters of the game. You're like, oh, I remember why I loved this series. And now it's like, okay, let's take those feelings and let's keep going within this whole storyline that they've wrapped up for you. And it comes together in just an amazing package. And there's one scene in particular that longtime Naughty Dog fans are absolutely going to love. It represents not only the Uncharted franchise and showing you how far it's come, but Naughty Dog's legacy as a whole. It's amazing. And overall, to end this video, I just wanted to say that you should all check out Uncharted 4: A Thief's End when it comes out on May 10th. It's incredible. It's one of the best video games ever made. It really, more so than anything, it emphasizes the narrative in a video game. We've reached a level now where you can just sit back and watch that whole story unfold, and it's incredible. It's absolutely incredible. And I love that Nathan Drake's sort of motto was, well, not Nathan Drake, Sir Francis Drake's motto in Latin was greatness from small beginnings, because that's exactly what Naughty Dog is now. They have reached a new level of greatness, and with Uncharted 4, A Thief's End, I hope all of you guys get to experience that level of greatness. It's absolutely amazing. I'll have my full video review up on May 9th, and right now, if you want to see all my impressions of Uncharted 4, go check out projectcoe.com. Thanks for watching, everyone, and go purchase Uncharted 4, A Thief's End.